Diablo 4 had an official launch this week, opening the Hellgates to the masses. Two bits of interesting news this week about the action RPG. According to a recent interview with Rod Ferguson, who is the development chief of Diablo 4, he shared that there are currently 2 expansions in the works for the game. In a recent interview speaking with Kinda Funny Games, Ferguson explained that Blizzard has already got their sights set on not only 1, but 2 expansions. Compared to Diablo's predecessors such as Diablo 3, the live service format has allowed Diablo 4 to gain much more content to be had over the course of the seasons. Diablo 4 had already begun to unleash early access for those who purchased the deluxe version or above, but the final Hellgates opened on June 6 for all. All players can now venture into Sanctuary as one of the 5 classes: Barbarian, Druid, Necromancer, Rogue or Sorceress. The game has also become the developer's fastest selling title in their catalogue of games. While the exact numbers haven't been released in terms of units sold, they did share that the number of hours in-game has added up to 93 million hours combined in the first 4 days of early access. We've been releasing a number of build guides and even an endgame guide on our channel, so if you want some more Diablo content, you should definitely go check that out. For more details on any news mentioned in this video, as usual, the link is in the description below. We finally got a slight update on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. The long-awaited sequel has had some new screenshots released this week, mostly previewing the atmospheric locations, showing gritty urban areas and what looks to be a downtown bar at Christmas. While it's not a huge update that fans might have been waiting for, at least there is news that there will be more revealed later this year. New information has been teased to be coming in the month of September. In the meantime, Paradox Interactive are now issuing pre-order refunds. They are also in the process of updating the editions and the bonus content. This includes pre-orders for physical editions as well as the collector's edition. The digital versions of the game will remain though. Bloodlines 2 has been delayed, pushing back its release ever since it parted ways with the developer Heartsuit Labs. A new studio has taken over the project, but little else has been revealed since then. But it looks like the rebooted development is steadily moving forward. Now on to Summer Game Fest. It's finally upon us and arriving with some new trailers and updates this week. The sequel, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, got a brand new gameplay trailer and a release window of early 2024. In the next chapter in the series, the game will pick up after the events of the first. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be full of surprises for the classic retold. The trailer opens with a news report showing Aerith on a stretcher. It then skips to the group marveling at the world of Gaia, still enriched with greenery. As the group discusses what happened to Cloud, who's been absent for 5 years, the trailer previews some of the world. Chocobos can be seen carrying the group in a pack across buildings, ruins, and open spaces. However, Cloud isn't the only one to return in Rebirth. Sephiroth has been biding his time. We also get a glimpse at the Turks' latest recruit, Eleanor. Combat seems to follow the same as the first title, with plenty of action to be had. This time, Red 13 seems to be a playable character too. Sephiroth is here to stir up some trouble, and of course some drama. It looks like he's using his powers of manipulation to get into the minds of the team once again. What we also know is that Rebirth will be a 2-disc combo. That's quite a hefty game. Be prepared to clean up your PS5 storage, as this game is going to be a big one. The CRPG Baldur's Gate 3 unveils another famous voice. This time, Jason Isaacs will be taking up the role of an antagonist. Larian Studios introduces Isaacs, who's played some amazing roles, including Lucius in the Harry Potter films. This time, Isaacs will be taking up the role of the smouldering commander of the mechanical army of Steelwatchers, Lord Enver Gortash. The Steelwatchers are an interesting group in Baldur's Gate 3 as they are comprised of magical clockwork warriors. Yes, you heard right, not only are they mechanical, but they are magical too. These mechanical marvels have been designed to protect the city, and Lord Enver Gortash is enlisted to help find the recent missing designer of the Steelwatchers, Duke Ravengard. I think this is going to be an enemy that we love to hate, as Isaac teases he's found ways to make the players hate him more, but it might not be as straightforward as we think. The game looks like it's shaping up to have quite the talented cast. Baldur's Gate 3 will be leaving early access on August 31st for PC and also be coming to PlayStation 5. You can drop by our wiki for all the latest builds, guides, and much more. Released this week also was a trailer for Lies of P and a demo which is available now until June 27th, so you have a good part of this month to check it out. The new trailer shows Pinocchio navigating the dystopian world overrun by puppets. It gives a good glimpse of the city of Krat and some foreboding enemies that will be challenging to fight. P can even be seen wielding an umbrella to push back foes. The gameplay is inspired by Soulsborne games, adding its own twist with the Legion arms. There's plenty of customization using different handles for swords and interchangeable blades. We also got a hands-on preview where we go over the gameplay, combat, and first impressions of the game. Lies of P will be launching on September 19th. The devs shared that they are releasing it roughly a month later than planned to give the game some more time for polish. A new gameplay trailer was unveiled this week for Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. The action RPG follows two ghost hunters, a couple, Antaea and Red, who get separated when Antaea ends up as a ghost herself. The game follows the world of the supernatural as they try to protect the living from lingering spectres. They must find a way to release Antaea from her plight, as she now exists as the very spirits she once hated. There are a few glimpses of combat against ghosts, wolves, and other worldly beings that need banishing. Also teased are decisions which will lay heavy on the narrative, choices players will need to make that will impact the world of New Eden and the people in it. The developer behind the game Don't Nod typically uses story-driven choices. It's definitely in their wheelhouse. It's something that we've seen before in their titles such as Life is Strange, and there seems to be some similar big choices to make in this game too. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden is expected to be released towards the end of the year for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC. Ahead of ExileCon 2023, which is happening this July, Grinding Gear Games dropped a teaser trailer for upcoming sequel, Path of Exile 2. The teaser, titled Nyama Kanoi, which I'm probably not pronouncing correctly, shows a quick preview of the gameplay. The short clip shows a sorceress-type character blasting her way through hordes of enemies in this atmospherically dark and heavily detailed world. As the character makes her way, she is then ambushed by brazen monsters. As she is cornered in a dark room, a hell beast of sorts bursts from the walls. It ends there, cutting to the brand new Path of Exile 2 logo. More will be revealed during ExileCon 2023, which takes place in Auckland, New Zealand from July 28th to the 29th. Expect live streams and more news during the event. We can also expect new details on Path of Exile Mobile, which takes the action RPG on the go. Remnant 2, the sequel to the Souls-like third-person shooter of the same name, finally has a release date. The action RPG will be coming to both PC and consoles on July 25th. The new trailer gave us a look at the fast-paced shoot-'em-up action, including some of the menacing enemies. The sequel looks like it's going to have some really challenging fights, including mechanical-looking bots, adding super futuristic edge to the game. There looks to be some super fun fights to be had, especially in co-op. The developer Gunfire Games has already revealed that there will be new archetypes such as the Challenger, who features a Die Hard perk. This perk lets him rise up from the dead, punch the ground in anger, and continue as if nothing happened. But the downside is that there is a long cooldown to use this perk. Then there's the new Handler archetype who can be seen in the new trailer, who comes with their own dog companion. You can sick them on enemies and even use them to heal. What a good doggo. Anyone else excited about this one? We can't wait, and in the meantime you can drop by our Remnant 2 wiki, which will be filled with all the latest info as we get closer to launch. Well, that's it for the week in the wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.